Terry. So nice to see you again.
Hello, nice to see you.
The door was unlocked. I was able to sneak in.
We've let you in. Yeah, you come all the way here. We let you in.
It's amazing. Every single time I'm here, it's like I have the privilege of elevating my sartorial excellence. I mean, here I am in, John's piece.
The John special.
Yeah, the John special. I've gotten
one of his last
countless. This is my coronation suits. What I wore to the coronation. I've got your tweed with the house tweed that I've enjoyed as well. And we've got coincidence of great timing because Tom Chamberlain of the Rake magazine has invited me to join him in Cannes for the Cannes Film Festival in 2 days' time. And I was hoping that I'd be able to wear this beautiful linen suit.
Perfect suit to wear in Cannes this time of year.
I mean, it really is. I think he's going to be wearing something from you as well.
Hope so.
And I bet, our good friend Sherry will be there, probably wearing something from you as well.
If he's not, can you just
if he's not, we'll push him over. But a true testament of how, here at Kent Haste Lachter, you're dressing some of the most well-dressed men of London. So I'm very privileged to be amongst that fraternity now.
Well, we try. Let's hope we got it right.
We'll see what it looks like, but this is exciting. I mean, I'm looking at it right there from the corner of my eye. I'm ready to see what it looks like.
On.
Yeah, shall we?
Okay, just slip it on. See what it looks like.
Okay, thank you.
Pop through.
I have to say, I mean, the suit, I haven't even looked at it in the mirror yet, but it's supremely comfortable.
Let's have a look.
What, the trousers? It can't be the shirt. It must be
it's the trousers. The Sayumba's work.
Did you see that? I moved my foot.
I can't believe you gave her a holiday.
Holiday.
Oh, holiday.
Gosh, I know. She's only been here 5 years.
Well, you shouldn't tip her off whenever we're coming. Problem is if you answered your own text messages, she wouldn't know.
Yeah. I get about 3. After 3, I'm finished.
Okay.
How do the cuffs feel now? I made them a bit narrower.
No, great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
good. They look
perfect.
Good to
I've got my watch on. I've got just enough room.
That's good.
And we did, I mean, what's the length here? I mean, it's nice.
That's a 3-inch.
Yeah, it's nice.
Just over.
Yeah, a nice substantial cuff.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a big cuff, isn't it?
I think so.
I like a big cuff. Yeah, with shrinkage, that'll be fine.
Does that differ by fabric, or is it more consistent on shirts?
All fabric shrinks slightly differently. You can't tell because there's finishing in cloth, and the finishing process can mean it's been washed at certain degrees, and it will tend to act up slightly differently. Yeah. Some Oxfords hold the water and hold the retention of the water more, so it sort of grips it. With poplin, it tends to be less shrinkage, but that's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's also, so if you're staying in a hotel, sometimes if they boil them too hot,
they starch them.
Yeah. And I enjoy a slightly snug shirt collar.
You do?
Yeah, but do you guys have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I love a snug collar.
Yeah.
I think it looks nice. I can't stand those big collars.
Yeah, well, I try and make his collars much
He's trying to strangle me, really. That's what it's about.
Yeah. But I know he's not breathing, I'm happy.
What it is, he always books economy on the flight, and I get the next stage up. So he's trying to strangle me so he can take my seat.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Definitely.
There's only one business in my seat.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's going to be good.
Yeah, I think that, it's great through the body. I mean, really nice high armholes.
Yeah.
I mean, to be completely frank, great movement in this.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, then.
And what about the collar? So I was speaking to a friend of mine who's also a client of both of yours.
Yes.
I had a friend.
I know, well, at least you have a client,
Yes.
a mutual client.
Do I know this mutual client?
Yeah, you do, but I won't mention his name.
Yeah, of course.
But he was talking about how, he's been a client of yours for a long time. As one does. He's become more successful in life.
Yes.
Gained a little bit of weight.
I know who it is now. I think he's the one customer.
It's the only customer you got.
But that you were able to replace the collar.
Yes.
To actually take it from like a 16 to a 16 and a half.
You can do it within reason.
Okay.
If a guy gets miles too big, then you won't get the collar onto the slope.
Okay.
But if it's within half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, it will go. The same thing is if he loses too much weight, then you can't always get the collar to go down because the neck circumference underneath the collar, the slope, is going to be too big.
So you're saying it's better to gain weight than lose it?
Oh, It's not a good idea either.
But what Stephen's saying is if it gets too big, you have to put fullness in. If you get fullness, you get all bubbles all underneath it. It just looks horrible.
It looks bad, yeah. I thought that was interesting because, I mean, part of the bespoke kind of value proposition is the longevity.
Yeah.
I mean, not just in the construction of the garment, but the fact that it can be kind of taken in and let out.
Yeah.
I knew it could be done with suits. I'd never heard it being done with shirts.
Years ago, it used to be the norm, especially on white shirts. They used to cut the back up.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And
put a
piece. The only thing is you can't do it on a striped shirt because the collar goes upwards.
Yeah.
So you'd end up getting a white patch right across your back. But years ago in the old days, they used to recollar and cuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, recollar and cuff, but so they'd cut the cloth out of the tail of the shirt, so that you basically were replacing the collar and the cuff from the same fabric.
Yeah.
And I guess in those days, because a gentleman would never
He
take
never
his
took his
jacket
coat
off,
off.
it wouldn't matter.
That's it. Never took his coat off.
That's fascinating.
But we do that less and less now.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the small little kind of tricks of the trade that I'm sure shirt makers are.
It's on certain customers I'll do it.
Yeah. That's fascinating. No, I mean I think it's lovely.
Jolly
And
good.
again, the sleeves are great. I mean, again, one of my pet
Well, you're
peeves
pretty
is.
slim.
But one of the things that I find is that if there's too much excess
That's horrible.
Yeah,
through
it's
the
horrible.
sleeve, it just
Well, it
feels
gets
like
it-
you're a court jester with like
Also,
all of this baggy.
it gets into your jacket. You've got to put all that extra cloth into your jacket. That's why often you shouldn't have the shirt too long. We've got people who use them like underwear, but you've got to tuck that all in.
Yeah.
So you've got to be
But you don't want too
careful.
much baggage,
No.
right? And the other thing I'm just saying that I really appreciate is, again, it's got the length of the sleeve, it's got the proper amount of fullness, but somehow, the way that extra cloth is controlled, it's not excessively wrinkling, it's not.
Well,
I mean, I've had some shirts that, again,
The sleeves
have like a weird,
Yeah.
even though that the sleeves weren't too long,
well,
somehow about how that they were cut, that fullness, produced like a large wrinkle, like right there. But it's
it
clean.
depends what material. Each material reacts slightly differently, but
I have to say, I mean, I guess, as
That's
it
nice.
is in the bespoke trade, I mean, the experience matters. And here we're saying, Stephen, that, the experience, that you have, the two of you have.
don't you say a word.
He's just very mean. He just wants to get the shirts out of all those
But the
as possible.
experience matters. This is a really
It's-
fantastic shirt.
I'll be honest with you, it's a great cloth to work on to start with. Some people like to work on other materials like Oxford, which is like a board to start with, which you can't really fit that well to the body. A poplin, 120s poplin, which is what this is, moulds to the body quite well, and it's easier to fit. So I don't like fitting like some of the harder cloth.
So what does that mean then in terms of like the process, right? So like if we go from something this to a harder cloth like the Oxford.
No, it'll be all right now.
Do you get information from this?
Yes,
thing?
yeah,
Okay.
of course, because I can balance up the pattern much easier on a poplin.
Okay.
And after washing, the Oxford settle down.
I see what
and
you're
everything. You don't have to alter the pattern, but you fit on something that's easy for us.
So what you're saying is that you're able to see more of the nuanced elements of fit in a softer cloth to achieve in that first shirt a better pattern that then once you get to the stiffer fabrics,
And you get to learn, it's the first shirt I've made for you, you get to learn the customer's idiosyncrasies and the deportment, and you alter accordingly.
Yeah. About the back, I mean, how's the back look?
Back looks great, actually. I'm really pleased because you're quite sloping, you've got forward points, and you're very hollow back there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, easy
I
fits
think
what
it's
you mean.
nice.
I mean, the asymmetric shoulders, the incredibly hollow back, and the stoop forward.
No.
All things my wife loves.
Sir, you are one perfect specimen.
Well,
I'll be honest with you. And if you ask Terry, I am the worst person to fit. Because my figure is diabolical.
He's awful.
Worse than me. Yeah. Well.
You are Charlton Heston compared to
Well, it's
me.
part of the value of a great tailor is that they make us look normal.
John used to hate fitting me, and Stephen's like got shoulders like that. It's a nightmare.
I've similar, but I've also got, which doesn't help. You're
we're all on the way.
You're nice and trim.
Terry installed a scale underneath the front rug.
There's a scale just under there, and it's across the back of the room.
Behind this panel right here, there's a green light and a red light, and based on that color, Terry's able to know whether or not the suit's ready for the fitting that day.
Tell me. Oh, any good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to leave you now in the capable
I think you've
hand.
outdone yourself. I'm really happy with this. I'll take it back. Launder it a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it needs.
But should we take the other shirts we selected some other fabrics. Should we take those through now, or should I wear this a little
However
bit?
you want. You can take it away with you. You go in the can, wear it, wash
this one I'm going to wear in can for sure.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a great pattern to wear because it's got a vibrancy and it's clean cut.
Yeah.
It's a nice clean cut.
Now, probably,
pattern.
again, I know that you're basically a resident of can. Would you recommend, something like this without a tie and can would probably be appropriate?
I think it depends what you wear it with, really. If you're going to wear it with this, it's fine because the colour goes really well with it. So, that's fine. Yeah.
I don't think I'd wear this suit with a white shirt. I
wouldn't.
No,
I don't think white shirts.
And without a tie, what I like about this shirt fabric is that it's got enough of a boldness to the pattern itself where even without a tie,
you don't need to wear
because
a tie with that.
because it's so bold, it's not a business type shirt, is it? It's like,
You certainly don't
it's
need
a soft
to wear
blue as well, isn't it? So you're not going to...
You certainly don't need to wear a tie with that. Certainly not in the south of France.
Yeah. So, question, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm a novice. So this is a symmetric, right? An even stripe, right? The blue, wide, blue, wide.
Yeah.
Yours is not even,
No.
asymmetric. But which one's more formal? Is this more formal or less formal than something like that?
I think this is more formal. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is easier to wear. This is harder to wear casual.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's a little bit too, this, again, the smaller kind of stripe makes it a little bit more business.
It's very much businessy and very much...
What's this business? What's going on here?
Oh, that's a 20-line button.
Did you lose the button? Or?
Yeah,
No,
he found them.
That's interesting.
The girls decide to tell me what to wear.
Ah, okay.
This is
that on both of them?
They made me a pair of boxer shorts once and they were out there.
Okay.
They were trying to be funny. No, wear it, wash it. I'm sure you'll like it because it's going to soften up really nicely. It breathes really nicely. That's a benefit of a Lumo cloth.
Yeah.
It really does breathe well. And that's part and parcel of a bespoke shirt maker's job, is to give you something that you're comfortable in.
Yeah. Well, I'm comfortable.
That's
And
great.
Stephen, this is, I guess I don't want to say we've saved the best for last, but I'm happy that we're hitting the trifecta here between the trouser maker, the suit maker, and finally the shirts.
That's
all come together.
That's
All
our
comes
job.
together.
Yeah, that's what we like to see.
And I'm speaking to, again, this good friend that has been a long-standing client, and he was speaking to the virtue and the convenience of having your shirt maker and your tailor
together.
One of the things
saves
We blame each other all the time.
Yeah, we don't mind what we say to
Sleeve
each
lengths,
other.
normal.
It's very important.
keep each other honest because you don't want the other to make the other look bad.
No. He'll tell me and I'll tell him. I mean,
Yeah.
But I'm always right, though.
Yeah, well, John was always right.
Oh,
but,
John was always right.
yeah, John was always right, even if he was wrong.
Well, this is great.
Great.
Well, let's put
Lovely.
the jacket on, I think.
Shall we? Well, let's
Should
have a
we?
look at the trousers first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We got a
trousers.
surprise in store for you.
Ah, okay. Well,
Syumba's gone. Long live the Queen.
yeah.
So we're going to start now. I'm going to introduce you to Molly because Syumba's decided, as we said, to take a week off, which is absolutely.
Well, she's
out of
become
order.
too famous.
That's the
She's
problem.
did a break from
So we've now brought Molly in. Molly, Kirby.
Molly. Pleasure to meet you. And
Molly's our
here we
other
are.
trouser cutter.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
Yes,
So
I'm just
she knows
stepping
all
in.
about stepping in for Syumba.
Syumba today as she's away.
There you go.
I'm surprised
Let's have a
that you give Samba days off. Yeah, it's very generous of you, boss.
We're not off
I
today.
didn't have a choice, really.
Yeah,
She just
well.
said, I'm not coming back for a week.
She knew I was in.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Well, luckily, I'm sure Samba makes the job easy because she's so
She
talented.
does, yes.
Who's this girl he keeps mentioning? Did she used to work here or
I
something?
think so. Do you remember that the one you hired a while ago. We got rid of her.
Yeah.
You know, the one that manages everything for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Hasn't she left?
Yeah.
Well, right, let's have a look at the
Yeah.
trousers.
So
Yes.
I'll get off the rug because that's one leg up.
Yeah, it always makes one leg longer than the other.
But they're comfortable. I mean, again, we cut for braces.
Yeah.
We've got, you know, a shrinking room, but still enough.
So you've got plenty of room. What do you think? What did you do? What
step
happened
forward a
last
bit?
time?
I think we just took them in slightly.
What, took a bit away from the seat?
I believe that was
So you
everything.
just cleared the seat.
Cleared the seat, but the pleats were lovely last time, so I think we just needed the pockets to go in and to finish it off.
Right, so the length's fine, isn't it now? So we checked the length. Are they both the same?
Yeah.
Not normally with Sue, but she normally gets one leg longer than the other. Or
They
is that
look-
me?
They look good to me, I must admit. She's done a good job.
Yeah.
Do they feel comfortable?
They're incredibly comfortable.
Not too. No, they're not too tight.
No,
are they?
no, no. And the pleats, I mean, again, if you wouldn't mind, just for review, kind of speaking through
Yeah.
some of the hallmarks of a pair of trousers that fit properly, what are we looking at here?
Well, what we're looking for is the pleats to fall nicely. And the tendency now is quite tight. Well, I can't see any point in that. If you're going to have pleated trousers, to me, you've got to have the pleats falling perfectly.
Yeah.
I think what we got here is you've got enough room so they're falling perfectly without
Yeah.
being too baggy.
Yeah.
Because we've gone slightly narrow on the bottom. You've got the 2-inch turn up, haven't you? So I think they're just right, really. The height is quite good, isn't it? You're not too high. You're certainly not too low. Because if you're going to wear pleated trousers, the last thing you want is low trousers.
Yeah.
It just looks ridiculous.
And what's the purpose of the pleats?
It's just to give you a bit more room.
Okay.
And also looks nice.
Yeah. But I mean, for the pockets,
It's,
right? I mean, you can have
yeah.
something in your pocket and it's
Yeah.
not pulling
not
across the
out-
front like that.
That's why a lot of people like a one pleat. The problem always with a one pleat, you always tend to get them pulling open.
Okay.
So just with that extra couple of inches, which is what it is, it makes it. I think if you're going to wear pleats, you wear 4
Yeah.
pleats. They always look good. And if you don't want to wear the braces, you've got the straps on the side. You can always just brace
Pull it
them
in.
a bit and not wear.
Yeah.
Do you wear braces all the time? Or?
Well, I mean, you know, sometimes it's hit or miss with something slightly casual like this. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a suit. It has a jacket, so I probably would always wear the jacket.
Always, yeah. Because we put normally, I think probably on the last ones we didn't put a waistband on the back, did we? So to wear with braces all the time.
But this has a waistband.
This has got a waistband
Okay.
going right round, so you can wear.
So that just helps us bring it.
That means you
I
can wear it
really
without the braces anytime.
Okay.
And then if you want, you can just pull the
Bring
straps
that in.
in if you
Yeah.
find, because they are slightly loose, aren't they? The straight tops, you'd probably find they'd be falling down.
And is there
all the
less
time.
room in this than the brown flannel trousers,
No,
just to
no.
allow it to be pulled in?
No.
Kind of feels like it, but this could just be my.
What, it feels a bit snugger?
Well, it's not that it's snug, and I feel like in the brown trousers,
Yeah.
the beautiful flannels that
Yeah.
we did, and then the bird's eye ones
Yeah.
that John did, there was more room that even with the side tabs, I wouldn't have been able to get it
You
to
wouldn't
pinch
have.
the.
Oh, okay.
So we've obviously, so
So I guess
he's
when
put weight on.
yeah, well,
I wasn't saying anything.
anyway, well,
No, I don't think you have actually.
strike that from the record.
We've put, I mean, I can't remember
Anyway,
what Sue had
I
done.
don't know.
We
If you
probably
did,
have
it was
made
like
them
part
a
of
little
the
bit snugger.
part of the genius of a good trouser cutter is anticipating these things. One other thing, just since we're talking about pleats, and again, pleats are so controversial.
Yeah.
I mean, would you agree? Whenever it comes to trousers, not just in the number, right? You know, 1, 2, or none,
What the direction?
but the direction. But also, one of the things I'm seeing here is sometimes the position of how close the pleats are
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
Yeah.
can create, you know, a different impression.
Yeah.
And, you know, the most, I mean, historically, I think that I've had, you know, trousers with kind of single pleats or two, right? Because the idea of having them two pleats, oftentimes, you know, how I remember them is being put too close together,
Yeah.
which creates a little bit too much fullness
Well, you
here.
end up, if you have them too close together, don't you end up with a little bubble
Yeah.
down the bottom? Yeah. 'cause we
But this doesn't have that, right? So it's double
About
pleats.
2 inches. What have we got there? 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gap between the two.
And is that standard, or do you also
It's not-
adjust
it just
the
depends on your size.
proximity?
Yeah. I mean, if you was a
Bigger,
big
you'd-
man, you'd have them slightly gapped. And this, on a bigger man, this would be further over.
Okay.
It'd be too close, and they actually look like they're coming too close. To
But again, you would have it always centered kind of on that center line of the leg.
yeah.
It's really funny. We were literally just talking about this a minute ago
Okay.
on a pattern. The gentleman was slightly smaller, so we had to move the pleats over.
Yeah.
And we
to
put
be-
in slightly smaller pleats, didn't we? Because it was
Yeah.
just, I think it
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
too big a pleat.
So less fullness, like actually
Yeah,
pleated
Yeah, it
into
would just
the
make
fabric.
too much There'll be too much going on here.
So your pleat is 1.5 inches, and the back that's 1 inch.
So 1.5 inches and an inch. I mean, it's 2.5 inches of additional
Exactly.
fabric. Like that's not insignificant.
Yeah, but normally if you've got a plain frontage, you'd still have a little dart there. So this one would be the same as the dart, which is probably slightly bigger than the dart. Plain frontage would be like 3/4 of an inch. But you're right, you're still going to have 3 inches extra, or 3.5 inches extra fabric across them.
But hidden in a way that's still, I mean.
Yeah, but we're doing more and more pleats now than we were doing 5 or 10 years ago.
So the idea of like unpleated trousers to me is.
They look nice as well, don't they? Especially if you're wearing with braces. I always think if you're going to wear braces, no pleated trousers to me don't particularly work greatly with braces. It just doesn't look right.
Or if you're going to put anything in your pockets.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I just find that again, unpleated trousers often pull across the front section. It's just not elegant.
No.
Yeah. Just like monogramming on the shirt cuffs, right?
Yeah, some people like that. Some people, I mean, it's not my kick. I mean, I had mine very low. I had that low because that John
I think
didn't
Stephen
like
needs
it.
to put the monogram in the shirt. Stephen, this one doesn't have the monogram.
Oh, no, I never put
He
the monogram
wants
in the
TH there as
Yes, yeah, Terry Haste.
Yes, obviously you can't have it in time for can.
Well, no, of course. Yeah.
But when you bring it back,
We can draw it on for you
do
if you want.
But you wouldn't do that until the shirt's
No,
signed and
I don't normally.
approved, yeah.
Him, I don't mind because he forgets who he is, so they
Yeah,
have
well,
I
to
have to have that.
He's got his phone number on the tails, right?
Which are my shirts.
His wife's number.
You've been watching.
Yeah.
In the home, you see
Yeah.
In the home, yeah.
underneath the shirts.
Okay.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Well, let's put the jacket on.
Let's put the jacket
Molly,
on and have a look.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Beautiful.
Well, I'm glad you let me step in for Siomba.
Well,
Who?
you know.
What's this name you keep mentioning?
It's ruthless, this shop. It's like, you know.
It's brutal.
It is. You should work here.
You have to have tough skin.
Okay. There you go. Right. How's it feel? Oh, that looks nice.
Does look good.
Bang on
We
perfect.
rolled it slightly through, so we didn't want.
But we
to
wanted that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. So it had that little extra roll, just bringing it through. It actually looks really nice, doesn't it?
looks so
Just rolling
nice.
it through like that.
I'm going to have to say, I mean, this,
Does it feel comfortable?
feel it immediately when you put it on. It's like, you know, the suit's making me smile just at how well it fits.
And we got that nice Kent Haste look. Even though he's not here, we've still got the same name.
And yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah, the back.
Let's
It's
see
a shame
the
you can't
back,
see the
yeah.
back. It's being linen. I've had to leave you a little bit more room here
course.
because it doesn't give the same as wool. But I mean, through here, it's just sitting perfectly. Fit really well. We gave you lots of shape running through the side seams.
it's amazing.
Shoulder width, we didn't go too narrow.
And it's got that fresh new press.
It's lovely when it's
You know,
freshly pressed,
which-
isn't it? The good thing with this linen is it's not one of those really light linens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a W build linen, so it holds its shape quite
Okay.
well.
What's the weight?
12, 13.
Wow. So that's, I mean,
Yeah, but it won't feel like you're wearing a 12, 13 when you're wearing it. In
no, but do
cab.
you want that in some ways for the structure and the body of the
Well,
cloth?
you do really need it because I've got an 8-9, and John said we went out for a meal once, and he said at the beginning of the night I looked fantastic. At the end of the night I looked terrible because it was like really wrinkled. That's the problem with the 8-9.
And it wasn't the martinis?
No, it wasn't. It could have been a martini. Yeah, but I mean this one holds it, and when it creases, it doesn't crease as badly as the others.
And beautiful patch pockets, right?
Yeah, it's just something a little bit different, really.
But one of the
Just
things I
make it
like
more
about
casual.
patch pocket is, the patch pocket's one thing, but the shape of the patch pocket is a whole nother. And this, really has a very, this one's slightly square. It's
No,
like
it's still got that
teardrop,
really round Italian look. I mean, Maria, who makes yours, who's one of our coat makers, this is the shape of pocket we've come to with her. And it's not poking right out. I mean, some of these jackets you see these half crescent patch pockets as well. I'm sort of not keen
But you
on
can't
that.
get your hand into them. They're so tapered at the top.
No, and then, Tom, for instance, he likes a pleat in all this, doesn't he? I don't know if
Okay.
you noticed with Tom, he likes a pleat with his
Chamberlain?
patch. Yeah.
Okay. In this patch pocket.
Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit of fullness.
Well, I don't. It's just
Right,
his-
like an inverted
it's his-
pleat?
Yeah, an inverted pleat. He just likes it, just to give him something a
He's
little
much
bit
more
extra, something a little
stylish
bit
than I am.
different. But I think sometimes normally with patchwork we put a normal outbreast, but I think with this colour, I think you just need the three.
Yeah. And what was your
Three
inspiration for this? Because again, this is one of the hallmarks of a great tailor is that they can be slightly prescriptive. So this was something that, you very much and very firmly suggested we make next.
Did I give you a choice?
I may have not gotten a choice. I was trying to be generous. But it's one of the hallmarks of the great tailors. You just don't have to even think about it. It's like he's like, well, this is what you need next. And this was it.
Yeah, it's just, we were talking about a summer weight suit, and you got lots of lightweights. So I thought it would be so nice just to have this linen suit and do it as traditional with just a slight twist. So, i.e., that's why I put the sense event. I don't know, have you had a sense event for a long time? Or?
Well, we've done double vents. We've done no vents. Now we split the difference and we get a
I just thought it'd be quite nice to put a centre vent in. I've got to be honest, I haven't done many centre vents for a long time. That's why I just thought it'd be quite nice to do a centre vent. And I just thought the patch pockets lends itself to this fabric perfectly. So that's how we come across it. And we kept a slightly wider lapel. We even gave you a Milanese buttonhole.
Oh, really?
Just to give it that little Italian flair. Ooh, do you like that?
Bit of a
Love
touch.
it.
Bit of Italian flair.
Yeah. Well, and it's a beautiful color. And how will this wear? I mean, one of the things I have a beautiful navy linen suit, but I must say it's begun to fade a little bit just with time.
Probably the navy, it goes white on the edges, doesn't it? On the elbows and around
Which
the
is
pockets.
nice, but
Yeah, it looks okay, but this doesn't do that. This will fade. So it'll go slightly lighter, especially if you're going in the sun with it as well. It will go slightly lighter, but you won't get all those white marks all over it. So this is probably the perfect colour for a linen suit, really.
it's gorgeous.
Absolutely
And ready
perfect.
for your holiday.
Yeah, well, I have to say,
It's
it was
not
not
a
a holiday.
holiday, no.
Be careful.
No.
This
Not
is
a
work.
holiday.
This is work.
This is called work.
Work trip.
Work vacation, as my wife likes to call them.
Lovely.
Don't let
Getting
his
to the
wife hear
middle.
you say holiday.
please. No, not on camera, not on camera. I mean, it was
That's right, we'll cut that
really
out.
an invitation that I couldn't refuse. I mean, Tom called me up and he was like, we've got this event in Cannes. And I was like, well, tell me more. It's the Cannes Film Festival, Chopard, right? I've got a beautiful vintage Chopard watch.
Oh, have you?
And then he started naming the people that were also going, Eddie Sahakian, our friend Sherry, Paul Feig. I mean, Tom, of course, who's organizing all of this. Mo,
Oh, is Mo going?
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, well, it's worth whatever domestic
He's taking his tattoo
chips I have to
equipment with him,
cash
is
in.
it? You'll all be having tattoos there.
Well, hopefully he takes his boat. He's got he's got a
You
beautiful
see his boat, it's
Riva boat
fantastic.
on Lake Como. I said, Mo, I need to come visit.
He could drive it round, couldn't
That's
he?
right. So I was supposed to return today on Monday, and I said, well, push it to Thursday and see what I can get away with. I've been quite, let's say, vague with my wife exactly as to when I'm returning.
Yeah.
It's not
a holiday.
It is
so
not
it's
a
fine.
holiday. It is going to be a
work
brutal,
trip.
grueling
Of
work
course.
trip.
Absolutely shocking.
And I have to take this and give it a good trial run.
Oh, of course.
Right.
What else can you do? Brilliant. What shoes are you going to wear with it?
I've got a beautiful pair of brown pigskins.
Oh, have you?
Lovely.
Brought them kind of just. I mean, these burgundy Gatian and Girlings aren't terrible with this.
No,
They
they could with
certainly
it,
work.
but you probably want something a little bit more casual.
Well, the brown pigskins, perfect. Dominic Casey. So I've got some polish sitting on them right now. To work up to.
Is he going to come and polish them?
Well, you
for
don't have to say. I mean, this trip is with the big guns. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I have to flex my sartorial style. Here I am.
So you're looking a real Englishman.
Well, I've infiltrated
In Cannes.
one of the most exclusive salons in all of London or Europe, for the well-dressed, which is Kent Haste Lachter. I've got my new Stephen Lachter shirt, which I'm going to wear with this
shirt
beautiful
goes
suit.
fantastic with it.
It looks brilliant.
Well, and even without a tie, I mean, should we say especially without a tie, I think it speaks to how well cut this collar is that with a tie, I'm sure it knots
I
up
don't
and
think you want
closes
to wear a
beautifully.
tie with it at all.
But with this suit, no tie.
No, you don't
This
want
shirt,
to tie.
no, it looks lovely. Doesn't it? Really
You've
pleased
got
with
the
it.
sleeve lengths right.
yeah, the sleeves are
Amazing,
perfect.
isn't
Yeah,
And two sleeves as well.
yeah,
Two
they're
sleeves.
both.
Did you get your cuffs around the right way?
Oh, this time, yeah.
This time,
I made sure.
It's very good.
They're not buttoning on backwards.
No, we had one girl.
And can we have our tie
unfortunately,
back today?
That was a bit dyslexic, and she put the right on the left and the left on the right. Took this guy a hell of a long time to get them done up.
How long did it take him to actually figure out what was wrong? Because that's one of those nuanced details that, I mean, how long would it take before you're like,
don't know.
this is backwards?
I've got to be honest, I don't know.
That's
But that's the God's honest
I don't
truth.
think that that's
Anything
my
could
case.
happen. No.
Stephen, Terry, Molly, thank you so much. I have to say this is really bringing a smile to my face. I can't wait to wear this but I don't want to wrinkle anything before I end up in the Riviera sun. So let's put this in a garment bag. As comfortable as this is, and as much as I want to walk out with it, and it is quite warm today
It's a
in
lovely
London.
sunny day in London.
I think that I will save this for that work trip.
Work trip, not a holiday.
Not a holiday. It's definitely a grueling work trip. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, sincerely for just all the work. And I have to say, just the quality, the craftsmanship, the tradition that goes into the construction of these garments. You put it on and you can't help but just be happier. I feel like I'm not, a good friend of mine always said that your tailored clothing should be the most comfortable clothing that you wear. And I can truly say that this is exceedingly comfortable. We can't capture that in the film, but it's, I just feel natural. And I'm happy. I got a smile on my face. So, all right, I'll take this off. I'll let you guys get back to work. I understand that you're quite busy. Thank you for making time for us. Thank you for getting this ready in time for Cannes.
Enjoy it.
And I look forward to showing it off.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
And tell everybody it was us.
I'll do my best. Wow. Well, just whenever you think that it can't get any better, it does. This linen suit from Terry and the shirt from Stephen is amongst the most beautiful that I own. I have to say, I can't wait to be wearing this in Cannes in a few days' time. This is such a beautiful example of one of the best virtues of the Bespoke experience, in my opinion, which is just how better it gets with time. As you develop a relationship with your Bespoke tailor and shirt maker, and as you go from commission to commission, it only gets better. So I'm so thankful to be finally here within the hallowed halls of Kent Haste Lachter, to now have my third piece from these incredible tailors. And I have to say, as the proof is in the work, and as you've all seen on this channel, these are truly mastered tailors. Of course, I'm Kirby Allison, and I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. If you're new to this channel, make sure you visit kirbyallison.com. It's the best way to support the work that we do here. And there you'll find the largest collection of luxury garment care and luxury shoe care accessories in the world, as well as other great clothing accessories like this beautiful sovereign grade tie, braces, socks, pocket squares, cufflinks, and so much more. I'm Kirby Allison, and I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Thanks for watching.